Hi, this is Z, and I'm back again with another video. In this video, I wanted to talk about how sometimes I hear people say, people that are going through spiritual warfare say, how come I'm not receiving justice? How come nothing is happening to those that are wronging me and harming me in some way? And I just wanted to talk about how there are different reasons, or there could be different reasons why justice has not happened yet. First of all, justice takes time. If you are a person where you've been under spiritual attack, spiritual warfare for a long time, justice is definitely not going to come instantly. It's not going to come all at once. It takes time. Second of all, we have been taught that people don't get judgment until after they die. We go through judgment after we die, or there is a specific day of judgment that we have to wait on. In other words, a lot of us think that judgment is not going to come during a lifetime, and that we cannot put things into action or into motion to make judgment come on people, when that is not correct. If you are a believer in the Most High God, you can petition. In other words, almost like you would petition a court, you can petition the Most High God to put into action judgment for those who have wronged you. If you know for sure those that have wronged you, you can petition the Most High God, your spirit team, to look into those that have wronged you. I would say to not petition if you know you have done something wrong yourself, unless you are willing to go through judgment yourself. But for those of us who know we are innocent, we have been wronged, but we have never wronged these people, at least not to the extent that they have wronged us. If we have even done anything wrong, we can petition, in a sense, the Most High God. You're asking God to look into what these people have done. So if you know, especially if you know the names of these people, a lot of people may be going through the same thing like me. I know people in my family or other people that I've had relationships with. I know the names of these people. So when you petition God, or you go to God in your prayers and you ask God to look into what these people have done, it's almost like you're calling attention to it. Now we have to stop thinking that God is a person and God behaves how we behave, because that's not how God behaves. God has spirits or entities, say for example, angels. God has angels to do work. There's a spiritual court just like there's a physical court. You have entities, spiritual beings that work on behalf of the Most High God. So when you're going to the Most High God or the universe, however you see it, you're asking for these people to be looked into. They have done something wrong, and there is a process. These spiritual beings who God has appointed, these are beings of the universe. These are God's creation, that look into what has been done to you. Now, they're not going to just look at that other person. They're going to look at you too. And it takes time. And some of the reason why it takes time is because we have to remember a lot of these people have been doing these type of wrongdoings to people for a long period of time. Some of them, it's a family thing. It's generation after generation after generation. So it takes time for everything to be looked into. It's not going to take, you're going to get your justice, is so long as you petition the Most High God or petition the courts of the Most High God. It's going to get looked in. You're going to get justice. If you do not, and you think that you're just out of luck, then it's going to happen for those people. At some point in time, they're going to get judgment, but it may not be because you called judgment on these people. You have to be actively in your situation. I get it. I understand. A lot of times we're taught that everything has to be where we just sit back and we wait. No, the Most High God has given us the power to do certain things, especially if you come here with a greater purpose. You serve a greater purpose for humanity. You have certain powers. In other words, you have dominion over certain things that other people may not be able to do. So if you're in the position where you are a generational curse breaker, you're a chosen, those higher, I don't like to say higher level beings, but you come here with a purpose. You're serving a purpose to humanity. A lot of, when you petition the courts of heaven, or you call down judgment on people, there's a priority. What you call down, or what you ask to be looked into, really gets looked into right away. But you have to utilize what's there for you, what's there to help you, what's there to benefit you. People are afraid of the spiritual realm, when a lot of us, everybody by nature is a spiritual being. We're not just physical beings. So just because you're in the flesh right now at this moment does not mean everything spiritual is demonic and evil, and you're not supposed to talk about it or think about it. How do you think these people are targeting you with their witchcraft? That's things that are done in the spiritual realm. You can work through the spiritual realm as well. Just don't work in the way that they're working. You work with higher vibrational beings, your higher vibrational ancestors, your spirit guides who have been appointed to you, your angels that have been appointed to you. God has given you help in the spiritual realm, because a lot of us don't have help in the physical realm. We don't have the help that we need. The Most High God knows that what you're here for. God knows all. God has put you in the position to do what you came to the earth to do, what you were incarnated to do. So God is not going to send you completely bare without any power and without any help. So we just have to learn what help is okay to utilize. Who is it okay to call on? Not demons, of course, and not evil beings or beings to do evil work. I shouldn't say, because not all beings are inherently evil, but you have power too. So when someone is harming you, you're not supposed to be so humble to the point where you allow them to take you out. No, you have power to use. You have the right to stand up and defend yourself. God is not going to get angry at you for choosing to utilize what he has put there for you to use in defending yourself. Now, you're not supposed to defend yourself in a negative way. Let's make that clear. So when you call judgment, you're calling the Most High God, and you're calling your spirit team, who is likely already aware, but you're calling other beings into you're calling to their awareness what's going on. Now, why would these beings not know what's going on? A lot of stuff is witnessed, but you have to put into motion. You have to want help. You have to truly want help for yourself. It is your duty and your responsibility, just like in the physical realm. When you need help for something, you need to ask. It's the same thing with the spiritual realm. You need to ask. And, excuse me, my throat. You need to ask for help. And a lot of times these people, because they've been doing this, or their families have been getting away with this for a long time, they are cloaked. But see, that's why you're able to see who's doing it in the spiritual realm, the astral realm. You're able to see who it is. And even not in the spiritual realm, you may be able to see who it is in the physical realm because they're targeting you. So a lot of times people have been getting away with it for so long, but you are the person that is to come along and to call judgment on them. It is your responsibility. And it may be the responsibility of others as well. But we have to remember these people are cloaked. They have a lot of protection. But their protection it does not override the Most High God. That's the thing. So long as you are doing your part, you're calling the Most High God, you're calling on your spiritual team to call judgment on these people, the process will begin. It just takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. In the meantime, when you call judgment and the courts of heaven are working in your favor, they're looking into the situation and they're acting on your behalf, you may not necessarily see what's going on behind the scenes, and that's okay. Don't worry about it. Start working on yourself. It's a dual process. Getting what you rightfully deserve is a dual process. It's not just that the Most High God is working on your behalf. You have to work on your behalf also. It is for you to work on. So for those of you say that you're part of your generational curse breaking responsibility, you're going to have acquired generational wealth for your family. You have to start getting yourself into position to receive that generational wealth. If they have taken so much from you and they have hurt you to the point where you really need to heal, you're not going to receive what you want until you get to a certain point in your healing, until you develop yourself to a certain point, because you're not ready for it. And I think I've spoken about this before, how if you are given that generational wealth and you're not ready for it, you may squander it. The purpose of generational wealth and that wealth coming into you is that you can create wealth for generations to come, not squander it in this lifetime because you were unhealed. So there's certain things you have to understand. There's certain healing that has to take place. You have to develop yourself. You have to rise spiritually. There's things that you need to be doing so that when the Most High God grants you with what he has for you, you're able to hold on to it and keep it and to utilize it the way it's intended to be used. So don't think that, nothing's going to happen, or people are not going to be judged for what they've done, or receive judgment for what they've done until everyone on the earth is dead. That's not true. You can put into action, you can petition the Most High God. You can, in your prayers, speak to the Most High God, speak to your spirit team and tell them you want to call judgment on whoever for whatever they have done to you. It will be looked into. It will take time, but they will receive judgment. We have some part of our responsibility here is shedding all of those old beliefs that we've been programmed with, because a lot of stuff was programmed in order that you would be comfortable receiving what is being done to you. So it's like people that are in slavery. Sometimes people in the past, we hear about stories of how were they enslaved, if they were even enslaved. The common theory is that people were given religion and taught to obey your masters and so on and so forth. Whether people realize it or not, we have been conditioned over time. We have been programmed over time to believe a lot of things that are not true, so that the powers that be, those that are controlling, that are the governments and the ruling elites can have their way with us and we would not fight back. So a lot of us have to deprogram. We have to deprogram ourselves. And a lot of us are afraid to deprogram ourselves. Even when you are chosen or you're the generational curse breaker, you're still under those spells of the elite, those that are ruling over us. So a lot of stuff we can't see clearly, or we just don't want to believe because we're programmed. So part of our healing process, part of rising above what people have done to us and getting ourselves out of that spiritual and mental warfare, spiritual and mental slavery, is shedding those old beliefs and not being afraid. God is not going to punish you for looking into things that don't seem right, that don't resonate with you. And if those beliefs, those misinformation are still resonating with you, then you're not raising your vibration. You need to raise your vibration. When you are working on raising your vibration, it's a continuous thing. It doesn't end. You have to always work on it. But as you rise up in vibration, you will start to question those things because you're getting closer to the Most High God. So if you are in a point where you still resonate with things such as, well, we're not supposed to do anything because the Most High God will do it after we're all dead at the end of the world. You need to start raising your vibration, and you may not see things in that same way. Now, in no way, shape, or form am I telling people to be evil and to go out and to harm people. I'm not saying that. I'm still saying put everything in the hands of the Most High God. I'm still saying that. It's just that you're asking God to, my situation is very difficult. It's dire. These people are trying to take me out. I need protection. I need help financially. I need help with these things. You're just asking the Most High God to look at it, look into it. Like I said, there's a system there for you to utilize. Just like on the physical plane, there are courts. Even though they can be corrupt, always go in the spiritual realm, because you'll get justice that way before you get justice in the physical, because people are corrupt. Even though you think you should be able to go and do something in the physical, speak to physical people and they'll help you. No, we can't rely on that. We have to do everything. We have to put into action things in the spiritual realm in order for them to manifest in the physical realm. So even something small as, say I'm not going through spiritual warfare, but someone did a love spell on me. And it's not necessarily warfare where it's over time and it's a lot of spiritual work. Someone did a love spell on me. You can ask the Most High God to look into that person and call judgment on that person, or you can pray to reverse that. You can do simple things to protect yourself and to relieve yourself of the negative energy. But a lot of people, like I said before, a lot of us have been brainwashed, generation after generation of being brainwashed. And remember, there's curses over us, not just us individually, but over our lineages. So we have to work to get all of that off of us so that we can see things more clearly. We can't see the truth clearly because we're relying on someone to teach us. We're relying on the very system that has power over us. So we have to cleanse ourselves of generational curses. We have to cleanse ourselves of curses put on us in this lifetime. It takes work. It really does. So you're not going to receive what God has for you, and you're loaded up with negative energy and loaded up with curses, and you have not advanced spiritually. We have to work. It takes time. I'm not saying it's going to take you 10, 20 years. No, But it takes every day. You have to have a ritual set up, an everyday ritual set up. You're cleansing regularly. You're praying every day, things like that. You have to rise above the people that you have to rise well above the people that are targeting you. If you're in that low vibration and they're hitting you and you are giving in to the energy that they're throwing your way, or it's affecting you in a negative way to where you are angry and you're upset and you're depressed, then your vibration is low. You haven't gotten your vibration. And so you have to work on that. Things will come into place. You have to keep the faith. You have to believe, and you have to keep working towards it yourself in the right way. Now, you don't want to do it the wrong way because you'll never receive what is due to you. So you have to do things in the right way. If you're not sure if something is right, go within, cleanse yourself, commune with the Most High God, your spirit team if you believe. So, but do no harm. That's really do no harm, and don't try to have power over someone else's will or power and control over them. What you really are doing is you're putting it into God's hands, letting God, work for you. But you have to tell God, I want you to work for me. Don't just beg or just cry, please God, please God. Be specific. God is an energy. God is an energy. All of this stuff is energy. It's spiritual work. When you working with God, you working with spirit. You're working with energy, energetic forces. So you have to, you have to basically, use your word, use your thought in a positive way. So for those of you that are still having a difficult time, don't give up hope. Just start working. You have to be working. You have to be diligent. You have to want it more than they want, whatever they want to happen to you. You have to want more for yourself. A lot of it is about what you want for yourself. And if you want good things, you have to put good things into action with good words, good thoughts, good prayers. All right, so I'm going to end this here. I hope this message helps someone, and I will be back again soon with another video. Bye.